Hello again, everyone. Today's videos is going to be books that I want to be adapted into either Netflix or feature films out in theaters. Pretty much any book that I just want to be made into a movie because I want to see what's going on in my head on the screen. The first book that I would love to be made into a movie is the book that I'm currently reading right now, If We Were Villains by ML Rio. I'm about 60-70% done with the book. I think about 60%. And it's set in the 90s. And I was pretty young in the 90s, so I didn't get like the teenage, young adult experience, but I love like Boy Meets World and Friends and all shows like that. And although this is like a lot darker than those shows, I just love the vibe. I want to see the flannel t-shirts, baggy jeans, all that. I think this would be a good book for an adaptation. The next book I would love to see adapted into either a TV show or a movie is Dry. I think it would fit more into like a movie because you can't really, I mean, I guess you could. Netflix does a really good job at like cutting up like plots into episodes, but I think this would be a good movie though. Set in California, and it's about California going dry. So all the water gets shut off, and it's all the chaos that ensues after. So there's people fighting, people killing, everything. I mean, it's actually not that far to the future. We could be dealing with this in the next year. I don't know. There's always a new drought coming along, a new fire, all that. And I hope nothing like this comes to reality because it's definitely not pretty. But I would love to see it in a fictional sense on on the screen. The next book I would love to see adapted is Me Moth by Amber McBride. This is a book told in verse, but the author does a really good job at describing what's going on. It's a love story between a young black girl and a Native American boy. It's cute, but it's definitely gut wrenching towards the end. Oh, spoiler alert, sorry, but it was such a like it was such a good love story, and there's a twist in it. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I would like to see that on screen so I could cry, do whatever, all that good stuff. This one's another romance, but I would love to see this be a romantic comedy. It is The Proposal by Jasmine Gilroy. I think that's how you say her last name. This was a good balance between a romance and a comedy. It didn't take itself like too serious, but it was it gave it like warm vibes. Like I think it's set in California. Yeah, because they go to like a LA Dodgers game, all that. And it's almost you can like feel like the happiness, the sunshine, all that. I would love to see that on screen. Kind of be like a what would be a good example? I can't remember the name of the book or the name of the other show I used to watch that I feel like it would be good like companion. Not Sex in the City. It was something similar to Sex in the City. I don't think of it. Hold on. The Bold Type. The Bold Type. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Not quite as dramatic as the Bold Type. It's more of the lighthearted side of how the Bold Type was. It was it had like the comedy side, the funniness, the difficulties of relationships, but not taking itself like too serious. I would love to see this as a Netflix show or something. My last two books that I want to be adapted are both sci fi. One's a YA and one's an adult sci fi. And the first one is Aurora Rising, or just all the Aurora Cycle books by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. They do a really good job at teaming up and writing novels. They wrote the Illuminae Files, which was a YA trilogy, and the Aurora Cycle. I wouldn't mind the Illuminae Files to be adapted too, but the team dynamic and like the characters and like the different species that are in this book, I would love to see on screen. I think they would be great for an adaptation. And last but not least is a book that I think actually is going to be made into a movie, but it hasn't been announced like when it'll come out. But I'm just hoping that it'll be sooner rather than later because I would love to see uh, this book be adapted. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and I have a dog hair stuck in it. But yeah, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I think this came out in 2021. It was the first book I read that year, and I loved it. Oh, it's funny because I love the movie The Martian, but I never read the book. I actually believe that Project Hail Mary was the first book that I read by Andy Weir, and I still want to read The Martian. And he has another book called I think Artemis that I also want to read, but I love this book. I love sci-fi. I want to see it adapted, and I hope it comes out soon. But this is a quick video I just wanted to put up to keep my channel consistent. Um, I thank all 10 of you that watch. I I hope to continue to make more videos. I have a big video planned. It's going to take some time to film, so I'm going to continue to um, make smaller videos in between, maybe some shorts. But I appreciate every little bit of whoever watches these videos. That'll do it for the books that I want to be adapted into films and TV shows. And I hope you guys have a good day, good evening. I'll see you in the next one.